In the beginning there was darkness, then God made light, and then that came. And soon after that he created the planet, and voodoo was its name. Darkness, 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 darkness,
Tonight, a community in the San Bernardino Mountains has a real mystery on its hands. The official explanation here is that jet contrails are causing strange lines in the sky, and that it's pollen making people sick on the ground. But others are convinced it is something else, and they ask, is the government experimenting with our weather?
There was a huge dust.
Stands for High Frequency Active Auroral Research Project and is described as a research instrument for studying the ionosphere, an ionospheric heater or ionospheric radiation instrument, IRI, of which many exist, but HAARP is special. The ability to focus energy and the unprecedented amount in gigawatts, billions of watts, make it literally millions of times more effective at heating the region about 150 miles above the Earth's.
.66% of the United States residents' public water is fluoridated. It is known to have tremendous effects on bone cancer, joint problems, bone weakness, lowered estrogen and testosterone levels, and dental fluorosis, which is yellowing of the teeth and pitting in the enamel.
In the 1970s, President Jimmy Carter commissioned the Global 2000 report. The findings of the report blamed virtually all of the world's problems on the population growth of non-white people. The report went on as far as recommending the elimination of at least 2 billion people in third world nations off the face of the earth by the year 2000 in order to restore Western supremacy. Interestingly enough, also in the 70s, the AIDS epidemic broke out, claiming huge amounts of life in third world nations, as well as amongst the growing black and Hispanic population of America. It was said that the virus originated from green monkeys in Africa and was later passed on to the local population through either acts of bestiality or through consuming them as food. From there on, AIDS spread like wildfire across the African continent and later on to the rest of the world, claiming millions of lives. However, the story was just a smokescreen. On June 2nd, 1988, the Los Angeles Times published an article refuting the idea that the human AIDS virus originated from green monkeys. It uncovered evidence that the DNA composition of AIDS was totally inconsistent with that of green monkeys. In fact, it could be proven that the AIDS virus could not be found anywhere in nature and could only have ever survived in the human biology.
President Bush, President Reagan, President Carter, President Nixon. This is their document. It's not mine. This document is calling for the United States to create the AIDS virus. This is United States Senate Library hearing before a subcommittee of the Committee of Appropriation, House of Representatives.
Feet away from the presidency is actually a blood relation. He's President Bush's ninth cousin once removed. Cheney's cousin Barack Obama is also Bush's 11th cousin and the ninth cousin of Brad Pitt. But we're only just getting started. President Lincoln was President Bush's 7th cousin 5 times removed, and Bush shared more than just a ballot with John Kerry. That's right, they're ninth cousins twice.
The visitors are not our friends. They've come to rape our planet and kill us. They are not who they appear to be.
We've seen now there's a type of foreign assistance for vaccines or for AIDS treatment that are incredibly effective. These are all about saving lives. And the good news is that as you make those breakthroughs, the population growth in the country goes down. These are all about saving lives. The population growth in the country goes down. The good news is the population growth.
Now, a Florida man with a vision of tomorrow, today.
Your laptops are getting better, faster, but your government systems are the same. Your education's the same.
Forget everything you thought about the future as the night team explores the Venus Project.
So you think you know what the future will look like?
Few people do, but once that Florida man, a very brilliant man, does, because he's designing it. A place where there will be no food shortages, no fear of hurricanes, and no war. It's called the Venus Project.
A farm bill. The government is going to tell you what you could grow on your farm, how to grow it, but could they tell you how to grow your garden? Really? No big deal, or yet another sign the government really doesn't know its boundaries. A number of food safety bills are circulating in Congress now, and I've been on a lot of phone calls on these to my radio program. This happened after the peanut scare. One of them threatens to wipe out small farmers, and you could even be in trouble for growing a tomato in your backyard. That's what some people are saying. It's the Food Safety Monitorization Act.
What is it about? Foodborne illness in the United States of America kills 5,000 people every single year. We went to war in Iraq and Afghanistan when 3,000 people, unbeknownst that they went to work that day, that they weren't coming home, and we went to war in Afghanistan as a result. We know that 5,000 people every year die of a foodborne illness, and an illness, my friends, that can be prevented. Stand with the mother and the father of a 2-year-old child. The parent who went to the grocery store and brought home spinach or lettuce or sprouts or tomatoes, and their child died because of E. coli.
It is with this in mind that scientists in Norway last year completed a new safeguard, the Doomsday Seed Vault. Buried deep into the side of an Arctic mountain, the new vault will house copies of seeds from all known varieties of food crops, keeping them in case they are needed to save a starving planet.
There is something like living food. And what the Terminator is doing is not just creating sterile seed, it is creating dead food, which is why even those of you who are not in farming should get it. Because no one is going to tell you that this food will have no life force. The idea that case by case they will test whether it is right to introduce Terminator is equivalent to saying, test case by case, they will work on whether it was right or wrong, or homicide was right or wrong. That which is wrong.
The visitors are not our friends. They've come to rape our planet and kill us. They are not who they appear to be.